And you're telling me I give that check to my husband? And I said to her, are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? Emotional prosperity, you are allowed to feel and to heal. Breakups are emotional earthquakes, but even earthquakes reveal what was never secure to begin with. It doesn't always it always shows you what's there, what's going on. Let yourself feel, but do not build your identity in the rubble. Feel it, but do not lie there in the rubble and say, well, this is it. It is not it. This is the time to reflect in the middle of the rubble. Have I defined myself by this loss? Am I going to continue sitting in this loss and define myself by this loss? Have I confused someone's absence with my value? Have I confused the absence of alcohol for Jean with my value? Have I confused eating too much or eating what is not good for me as my value? Affirmation. It's not only human breakups that affects us. I give myself permission to feel, and A end in capital letters, to heal. My emotions are valid, but they do not own me. Our emotions are valid, but they do not own us. You are allowed to cry, scream, write, sleep, pray, but then rise like the phoenix from the ashes. Rise. Let the rising be your response to what is keeping you down. You got rejected, the breakup, a lost job, a lost friend, a departed one. They're all kinds of breakup. But can we sit in that? No, we can't. The phoenix decided to rise from its own ashes and become whole again. So therefore, why are we deciding to sit there? Let us look at what, as I said, life is all about all 5 pillars. Whether you agree with me or not, think deeply. As I always say, if all you are doing is to have physical health and make sure it's working, and you ignore spiritual, financial, emotional, and mental, you're lacking 80% of the way to live a fulfilled life. Think of it. 5 fingers, one is broken. Everybody on that hand is stressed. Think about it. One is working and the other 4 are dead. What do you think? Think about it. So physical prosperity, move to reclaim your power. It's not only exercise though, but you understand that your body stores the grief of the breakup. The pain of heartbreak can sit in your shoulders, your chest, your gut, and your back. Constantly questioning, what did I do wrong? Ask instead, have I cared for my body in this transition? Now this is it. It is well. We are aware. This is what it is. What can I do for my body? Can I reclaim one physical action today? So today, ask yourself this question. And here are some ideas that you can take with you today. Take a walk. Stretch while affirming your worth. Breathe with intention. And when you breathe, empty your stomach. When you breathe in, drop it to the middle of your stomach. What somebody says that causes pain, or somebody goes out of the way to get into your path, to cause you to hurt them supposedly so they can reap millions from the insurance company, does not define you. What they say in the deposition does not define you. So do not let the breakup, the anger, all of that define you. Reclaim one physical action with determination. Take a walk. Stretch while affirming, I am worthy. No, it has nothing to do with me. Breathe with intention. Then speak this aloud. My body remembers my power. I move with strength. I am reclaiming my space in the world. Yes, you are. I am here. I am not going to hide because of this breakup. I'm not going to get lost because of this job loss. I'm not going to go and just stop because the doctor said this. I'm going to continue to rise and look at what I can do. So let us look at mental prosperity through a breakup. Rewriting the narrative. Heartbreak plays tricks with your thoughts. It rewrites your memory and dims your self-talk. Because of the heartbreak, you suddenly do not know what to say to bring yourself back in there. It dims you. You know, what happened? What really happened? Mental check-ins. Have I been saying things to myself that I never say to someone I love? Hey, have you? I'm old. You know, I'm sick. This hurt. That hurt. I am fat. Have you? What belief am I still holding that needs to be released? Yeah. What? I'm short? Why am I, all those things, why am I saying I have wrinkles? Yes, I do. I know already. Why am I repeating it so that it becomes a mantra? Why? Why are you going to talk about the negative? Would you just stand up to your lover, your best friend, your family, your child, your grandchild, and criticize them like you criticize you? We have to stop that. Because when we are in the turmoil of the breakup, we need to have strong emotional support and mental support and physical support for ourselves. The breakup is not the whole story. No, what happened now is not the whole story. I reclaim the pen and write the next chapter with love, wisdom, and clarity. This is my next chapter. That's what it is. Jean says feelings are not facts. They're real, but temporary, and I always rise. We have to rise. You can redefine the meaning of the moment. It's not rejection. It's redirection. So it hurts. A lover, a friend, a diagnosis, the doctor, the candlestick maker, the manager, the job person, the this person, the friend that just doesn't get it. Yeah. You can redefine the meaning of the moment. It's not rejection, it's redirection. You are redirecting yourself. So the spiritual part of this thing is where we lose it. There is divine purpose in the separation. There is a reason for that separation. There is a reason for this situation. It's not always happening to you. It is happening for you to start anew, to rise, to become the other person that is hiding behind the flamboyant person that you're with. Sometimes spirit removes you what you don't have the strength to release. Sometimes we know that something will happen, and that is spirit saying, okay, you got enough. That is God saying, you're not going to do this. I remember this old white woman said to me once, and I say white because she was so tiny and she was white, and that is in the old days when you just saw these people. She said, when you have to make a decision and you're not making it, sometimes, she says, God gives you a kick in your rear to get you moving. So sometimes spirit removes what you don't have the strength to release. The breakup might just be protection that disguised as pain. It is. It's protecting you for worse. Believe it, because sometimes we say it could be worse. It can always be worse. Reflect. What is God's spirit showing me about my growth? What? Am I growing? Am I heading in the right direction? How might this be preparing me for greater love? It is a love breakup. So how is that situation, that breakup now, preparing me for something better? A lover that will respect me, to accept me, to love me for exactly who I am without asking me to become what I'm not capable of being. That's the one that's most common. We break up with a lover and we all think, hey, it's because we are not good enough. But what about if they are not good enough for us? And our energy, our fragrance, our scent of the woman in us is saying, or the man, they are not big enough for you. They are not good enough for you. Something better. You don't have to change to be someone else to be loved by anyone. They have to look at you. If they do want to love you, they need to understand that you have a whole bunch of perfect imperfections. They can step in or they can pull back and let them go. So, it's a job. They said you're not good enough. Are they setting you up for failure? No, they're not. But deep down, you know you're good enough, so they fired you. So what do? Like the old-fashioned people who work the fields would say, you take a belt, you tie your waist, you get your girdle in place, and you start digging again. Yeah, you need a job. And this time, you know how you're going. You're raising your price. You're raising your worth. I can do better. Take what you learned and move it, because the breakup does not define you. So this is preparing you for better. You can use a prayer like that. God, Spirit, Universe, I trust you. Even in the ache, I know you are guiding me towards what aligns with who I am becoming. Life is a journey, and there are changes on the journey. You're not alone. You're never alone. God the Divine is walking with you, even as you leave someone behind. We all know the footprints in the sand. What was that message within? When you at your lowest, why God? Why is only one set of prints when I had the worst time in my life? That's what the pilgrim asked. Why God? At that time when I was failing, when I didn't have any hope, I didn't have any opportunity, why all I can see is one set of prints in the sand? And guess what God said in response? Hey, sweetie, that was the time I was carrying you. You couldn't walk. That was the time I lifted you. So, you're not alone. The divine God is working with you, even as you leave someone behind, or something behind, or somewhere behind. I'm breaking up with this house. I'm moving. It hurts. There are lots of memories. But God is still carrying me forward to where I should be. Maybe it's financial prosperity. Breakups can birth independence. Maybe your finances were tangling in theirs. Maybe your dreams were silent to keep the peace. Maybe you believe that they should manage your finances because that is what was done. But it's not what is being done. I had a friend, or I do have a friend, and I didn't know at 23 anything, but I knew one thing, that if I'm working and I have a flipping paycheck, I am not handing it to you, my husband. That I knew. I could use the F word for that. That was so hard for me to comprehend. When my dear friend said to me on the walk to the bus stop, I get my check. In those days, they gave you a physical check. I'm 23. She's 26. So she's 3 years or 4 years older than me. And you're telling me I give that check to my husband? And I said to her, are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? And she goes, and he gives me my pocket money on dirt. Just sent something from my toe that went up to my head. Are you kidding me? I don't know what she did, but I know she got it. That must have shocked her. But that is what it was in those days. But somehow, me being me, at 23, I was already looking at life and saying, hey, this is not how you do it. Somebody said to me, look at how your son, your children, your daughters talk to you. I said, yeah. I taught them to talk to me like that so that they can talk to the world and hold themselves up. So I know that's out of it, but that is what I meant. I just knew growing up that my mom handled all these thousands of dollars this man did in construction and architect, whatever he did. And he was lucky if he had $10 in his pocket. And he always said that. And she said it's because his pocket has holes. All his money, he gives it away. So in my mind, not getting a lesson, but listening, I got a lesson. And allowing children to speak is giving them power. So that if they have a breakup, they can define themselves by their power. So maybe your finances were tangled with them. Maybe your dreams were silenced to keep the peace. Now is the time to reclaim your independence emotionally and financially. Ask yourself, what financial goal did I put on pause for this relationship? Yeah, they wanted dinner at 5, so you didn't take the job. They wanted you that, so you didn't take the job. I know people who did that. No, I did not take the promotion. At 26 years later, she's sitting in the same position. When I encouraged her and pushed her and coached her out of it, she cried. She was talking to me on Zoom for weeks being coached and was crying. And finally, she did get the position. And then one day, she said, do you know what the VP said to me? When I come to the meeting and I see her, he says, I know I'm going to have a great meeting because you always come prepared. Wow. But she hid it because she thought if she made more money than her husband, he would feel bad. Come on, people. So you see what I mean? It's the breakup. She was afraid of the breakups because she kept herself small. So do not put your financial goals on pause because somebody hasn't figured out theirs. What can I do today to move toward my own abundance? Ask that question. Affirm. I create financial prosperity with my own hands, my own voice, and my own vision. You have a vision. You have a voice. No, I will cash my own check. No. You're not too old to change. It's not too late to start afresh on your terms. Do not jump into it with a hatchet and just chop it. Take the time to study the opposition. Do not jump in without studying the opposition. Every opposition has a weak point. Get to know the weak point of that opposition. Go slow to go further. Do not rush. Do not rush the brush on the wall because you're going to have paint all over you. So to do that, you need to get the opposition to eat it out of your hand. You need to play the game. You need to find it out. You need to study where the puck is going, and that's where you go. That's what happens in hockey. You go where you know the puck is going to go, and you get it there, you meet it there, and you put it away. So take the time to study this relationship, this job. Observe the supervisor that is just there for herself, the manager that cannot see your worth. And they see perhaps you're female, you're older, you're a woman, you're black, you're a man, you're this. They see something else. Study them. Find the weak point, and that's where you go. So, when we look at our empowerment, if our visualization, we have to visualize ourselves walking out of a heavy storm because the breakup, it cannot define you. Behind you, the sky is dark and it's loud. The thunder is roaring. Look at it. Visualize yourself walking out of a heavy storm. Behind you, the sky is dark, and then the thunder and the lightning. But before you, the clouds are parting. The sunlight touches your face. You feel free again. You smile. Because no, you're not afraid to be defined by your strength, your joy, your truth. The person who always asks you, what are you so happy about? You might choose to break that relationship because they cannot see your joy or your sunlight or the light in you. They despise you because of you being you. That's a breakup, you know. How are you going to go from that? Are you going to go back and just stay there and feel sorry for this situation? No, you can't. But before you, as the clouds part, you walk in and you can say aloud, I am not the breakup. I am not the past. I am not the pain. I am the power that rose through it. Remember those words. Stressed on I am not the breakup. Whether you are the one that ignited it because you found out it was dim in your fire and you ignited it to break, to burn so you could escape the ashes, and here you are. I am not the breakup. I am not the past of the ashes I left behind. I am not the pain from the burns I endured to get out of here. I am the power that rose through it, not from it, rose through the pain and everything and become. I am the power that rose through it. And I am Tessa-Marie, and I define myself with love. What about you? Can you say who you are? And say it loud. Do not be ashamed to say that. I am Tessa-Marie, and I define myself with love of self. Come on. Nobody's hearing you. Nobody's watching. It's you and yourself alone. Have a wonderful morning. If you're looking for someone to be a speaker at any of your events that you're planning, get in touch with me. My email address is right here, and you can contact me, and I would love to give you more about making life choices to you or any of the topic on living a fulfilled life. Have a great day.